Hare Krishna. Guhyatamam, the most confidential knowledge. This is what Krishna is going to now reveal in Shloka number 65. So let's see that. Manmana bhava madbhakto madhyaji mam namaskuru mam eveshyasi satyam te pratijane prayosi me. So here Krishna is saying, Man mana, that is, always think of me. Bhava mad bhakto, become my devotee. Mad yaji, worship me. And fourth, mam namaskuru, offer your homage unto me, pay obeisance to me. Mam evaishyasi satyam te, mam evaishyasi, thus you will come back to me without fail. Satyam te, this is the truth. Truly you will come back to me. And pratijane, I promise you. Why? Priyaha asi me, because you are very dear friend of mine. You are very dear to me. You are a very dear friend. Now, this same shloka now was told by Krishna in a 9th chapter. So let me just pick that 9th chapter. Last shloka of 9th chapter, as shloka number 34. So Krishna is saying, Manmana bhava madbhakto madhyaji mam namaskuru mam evaishyasi yuktavaivam atmanam mat parayanaha. So here Krishna is just adding these words, yuktavaivam atmanam mat parayanaha. Being completely absorbed in me, surely you will come to me. Now, there's the same shloka, but then there is some nice elements that we can see, in shloka number 65 of 18th chapter, where he's saying that I promise. Why? Because you are very dear to me. So very nice shloka. Let's get into this particular shloka in a much deeper way. Man mana. So Krishna is saying, always think of me, man mana. So engage your mind in thinking of my name, form, qualities, pastimes. So we have to think about Lord. Bhava mad bhakto. Engage all your senses in my service and become my devotee. That's the instruction that is given. Madhyaji. Use different paraphernalia like gandha, pushpa, dhoop, deep, naivedya. Gandha means sandalwood paste, gandha. Pushpa, flowers. Gandha, pushpa, dhoop, incense. Deep, ghee lamp. And naivedya, some food items, be it fruits or be it some cooked items. So offer it to me. So this is Madhyaji. Mam namaskuru. Now someone might say that manmana, engaging mind, difficult. Then Krishna is saying, okay, engage your senses. Oh, I think that is also difficult. Okay, engage some outside items, offer it to me. Oh, that is also difficult. Okay, just fall in front of me. I mean, just pay your obeisance. Do dandavat, fall like a danda in front of me. Fall like a stick. So you stick, just fall in front of the Lord. So danda means the danda, fallen danda, not the straight danda. Sometimes nowadays devotees are like dandavat. They'll be straight and they'll be dandavat. That is also danda. So on a serious note, paying obeisance to the Lord. Now, how much it takes for paying obeisance to the Lord? Does it cost? How much time it takes? How much energy it takes? Hardly any. Anyone who is healthy, anyone who does not have a back pain, can offer obeisance. What is the problem? So this is a very important thing, how Krishna has made the thing so simple for us, for this age of Kali, and so practical for this age of Kali, that anyone can advance in this wonderful path of devotional service and finally go back home, back to Godhead. Not much endeavor. This little bit. Krishna is saying, do this. So Krishna, am I supposed to do all four? All four, or even any one of them? Even any one of them, he is saying, you will come back to me. Very nice purport Srila Prabhupada gives here. What is the most confidential part of knowledge? One should become a pure devotee of Krishna and always think of him and act for him. Now, this is speciality of Prabhupada. He just summarizes everything in just one poetic line. I'll again read. Become a pure devotee of Krishna, always think of him and act for him. Everything is covered in this. One should not become an official meditator. Life should be so molded that one will always have the chance to think of Krishna. One should always act in such a way that all his daily activities are in connection with Krishna. He should arrange his life in such a way that throughout the 24 hours, he cannot but think of Krishna. So this is called as an endeavor to get closer to Krishna. All of us as devotees should mold our life in such a way that we are able to think of Krishna. We are able to engage our senses in service of Krishna. We are able to offer different items to Krishna. We are able to offer obeisance to Krishna. So it's a very, very important thing that it's up to us. So there is no external person who is going to come and tell, now do this, now do that, now do this. No. It's up to us that what we are supposed to do. That free will is given to all of us. That free will to decide what to do is given to all of us. So we as devotees should mold our life very nicely. Our lifestyle should be such that we get enough time to engage ourselves in devotional service onto the lotus feet of Lord Sri Krishna. Finally, we have to understand one thing, that in this age of Kali, we are going to live for a very short span of time. And in that short span of time, we are expected to attain something very, very great, something very high. How is that going to happen? So we have to be intelligent enough to mold our life in such a way that we are able to engage ourselves in service of the Lord, if possible, 24/7. It's made it very clear. Prabhupada is making it very clear. If not now, with time, there should be some time in our life where we are full-time devotee. Now, we might be part-time devotee. Maybe sometime we'll invest and later. But there should be some time when, say, a person is married, who is having a lot of responsibilities. Okay, complete the responsibilities as fast as possible. And then give full time. Towards the end of life, that time should be given for Krishna consciousness. And say someone who is not interested to get into household life, be a monk throughout and offer entire life for the service of the Lord. Now this option only a bachelor has. And after marriage, we cannot think of becoming a monk. Before making a decision to marry or not, there are two options. But then once the person marries, it's just a one way. There is no U-turn for that. So it's up to the devotees. It's up to the person how much he wants to get intense in his devotional service and become a nice devotee and go back to Godhead. But it's very important to mold our life to engage oneself in service of the Lord. This point is the essence. It is very, very important. And the Lord's promise is that anyone who is in such pure Krishna consciousness will certainly return to the abode of Krishna, where he will be engaged in the association of Krishna face to face. This most confidential part of knowledge is spoken to Arjun because he is the dear friend of Krishna. Everyone who follows the path of Arjun can become a dear friend of Krishna and obtain the same perfection as Arjuna. Now here, when this most confidential knowledge is given by Krishna, is again, he is making it very clear. He is telling that you are very dear to me. Since you are very dear to me, I am giving this confidential knowledge. So if we want to become dear to Krishna, we have to just follow what Krishna is telling in Bhagavad Gita. That's it, and we'll become dear to Krishna. So this is a very important point that is made here. All of us should endeavor to become closer to Krishna. All of us. By following the principles, by following the instructions given in Bhagavad Gita. Now, there are some strong points which Prabhupada is making. Here we can see the mood of the Acharya. So in ISKCON, the Brahma Madhva Gauda Sampradaya is followed. So what is the mood of this parampara? We need to understand. And here is the mood that is given. These words stress that one should concentrate his mind upon Krishna, the very form with two hands carrying a flute, the bluish boy with a beautiful face and peacock feathers in his hair. So this is a very nice description that is given. In Brahma Samhita we have this Śloka, which we have quoted in previous verses, previous videos also. Venun kvanantam aravinda dalaya taksham barhavatam samasitam buddha sundarangam Kandarpa koti kamaniya vishesha shobham Govindamadi purusham tamaham bhajami. So what is the beautiful form of the Lord? That description is given by Brahma here. Venam kvanantam aravinda dalayataksham. So he's holding a venu, he's holding a flute. His eyes are elongated and very, very beautiful, like the lotus petals. Barhavatam samasitam buddhasundarangam. So he has got a beautiful peacock feather on his head, and his complexion is that of a freshly formed rain-filled cloud, transcendent color. So that color. And how beautiful he is, how to understand? We need some measurement, no? We need some parameter. So he said that Kandarpa koti kamaniya vishesha shobham. So here Brahma is saying that you're so beautiful that you enchant cupids. Not one cupid, two cupid, three cupid. It's saying koti kandarpa. Koti. Crores and crores of cupids. Now for us it's very difficult. We have not seen any person who is so beautiful on this planet. We don't know how beautiful Kamdev is. So it is described in Shastra, beautiful, Kamdev is very beautiful, and he, not just one, many crores of them, they are getting enchanted by the beauty of Lord Sri Krishna. And so here Prabhupada is saying, meditate or fix your mind on this beautiful form of Krishna. And for your information, Krishna's form and Krishna's name are non-different. So when we are chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, what are we doing? We are actually meditating on Krishna. It's non-different. You meditate on Krishna's form, which has a bluish blackish form, or you meditate or you chant the holy names of the Lord. It's one and the same. So the first thing that we have to do is try to chant the holy names of the Lord very attentively and offenselessly. One should not even divert his mind to other forms of the Lord. So there are many forms of the Lord. Here it is said, Vishnu, Narayan, Ram, Varaha, etc. But a devotee should concentrate his mind on the form that was present before Arjun. Concentration of the mind on the form of Krishna constitutes the most confidential part of knowledge. And this is disclosed to Arjun because Arjun is the most dear friend of Krishna. So anyone who desires to go back home back to Godhead should meditate on the Lord by chanting His holy names. Always. As much as possible. And when we use this word always, we have to understand it might be chanting, reading, hearing, engaging oneself in the service, everything, but it should be for the pleasure of Krishna. So here, Arjun might say, Are you Mathura people, you make so many promises, but you don't fulfill. So Krishna is saying, no, Pratijane, I am promising. And my promise is valid because you are Priyosime, Priyaha Asime. You are very dear to me. So Arjuna, tell me, if someone is dear to someone, why will that person cheat? So you are very dear to me. So I promise that if you do these things, I will take you back home, back to Godhead. So in this way, Krishna has repeated, again I'm repeating this point, Krishna has repeated the Śloka, 9th chapter, 34th Śloka, again in 18th chapter, 65th Śloka that we're discussing. So we can imagine the importance of the Śloka. So we should go through this video again and again, go through the purport again and again, and see how we can implement this most important Śloka in our day-to-day life. By the way, it was just a trailer. We have the entire movie remaining because Krishna has given this instruction, and now Krishna is going to emphasize on one more point. Arjun might ask, so I should purify myself, right? Because I'm not pure. How can I do all these different things? So Krishna, is it that I have to go back and purify myself doing various rituals and austerities? And Krishna is like, wait a minute. I'll make it clear in the next Śloka, and I'm telling you all, we'll see that in the next video. Hare Krishna.